Well, the important rock and roll person who is no longer with us is
Noel Redding.
Noel Redding.
Noel Redding.
That's a big one.
Jimi Hendrix bass player.
Certainly will be an underrated death. Probably get nary a mention on Entertainment Tonight. Although this guy was quite a talent.
Yeah, he really was. He was fantastic. Bass player, Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the original three with Mitch Mitchell. And eventually he had his own band, Fat Mattress.
Fat Mattress?
Fat Mattress, yeah. And eventually there were all kinds of problems. And, Jimmy started playing bass, when
Jimmy started playing his own bass?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's the damn thing about playing with somebody that talented. You figure you're so disposable. They can do whatever you do.
Right, exactly. He started working on these tracks, and then Noel would be like, "What's going on?" And there was all this dissension, and Noel wanted to have more of his songs on the records. Wanted to get more involved.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't think so, Noel.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. So naturally, eventually, he wanted his own band, and so things started to come unglued a bit.
Hey, you left out the Noel Redding band.
Yeah, that's it. But while they were together for so many years, God, just fantastic. What a threesome they were.
That's funny how the most talented acts, I think. What a voice.
I know,
isn't
isn't
it
it great?
guitar. I love his voice.
I know it.
I think the most talented people in rock and roll tend to be extremely prolific over a very short period.
Yep.
It's hard to explain. It almost seems like maybe the drugs burn it right out of them or something.
I know it, yeah. Because the drugs are just, for them, the drugs.
Was Noel a big drug user?
Oh, God, yeah, they all were. But nobody could top Jimmy.
I'm sure.
I mean, he could just take the most unbelievable volumes of drugs and still be unfazed by it. Something that would kill a man 10 times over again.
We just figured that the John Entwistles, the Noel Reddings, the type of guys who die in their 50s would have, A, a lot of money, and B, a lot of resources, so they would certainly have good medical care and the ability to, get themselves in fairly good shape. And for some reason, it doesn't quite work out, and I assume it's because of maybe some kind of long-standing abuse. They say he died of unknown causes.
Oh, man.
Maybe we'll know more in the next few days. Found dead Sunday.
Is that right?
In Ireland, at his home.
Yep. God,
so,
we've got his phone number.
Should we dial it up and see if...
I got to go get it in the car.
Should we have a Noel Redding answering machine watch?
Sure. Yeah.
We have some psychic music, please. Ghostly psychic music.
Oh, man.
I don't know, just to see. I bet it's still on. We can just hear his voice one more time.
You got his number here?
Oh, I have
it in the car. I got to go get it. Yeah, I got to get it. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to get it.
I thought you went and got it.
No.
Okay.
No.
The Noel Redding answering machine watch will wait.
That in itself will wait. But that's right. It's worth waiting for. It's not going anywhere. That's right. But we talked to him a couple of times. I talked to him once when you were on off with your back.
Yeah.
Terrific guy. Easy to... Yeah, I did. Oh, man. God, did I talk to you? Yeah, we had to two-part that thing. Yeah. And,
was he exhausted?
It must have been 4 hours. No, he was having a good time because somebody
cared?
Yeah, somebody obviously cared.
He had no idea that a person like Mike, who knew that much about him and Hendrix, existed. He wasn't enthralled. He loved it.
Hey, that's cool. I think there's a time in their lives where they're really flattered by that. Unfortunately, it's not when it really matters.
That's just it.
But I tell you what, these guys are a lot more interesting in my mind on the way down. And I'm still interested in them. Although, Jimi Hendrix never went down. That music was it's always hot. It's always contemporary and interesting.
Yeah, to this day. And so many people, how many people cite their influence? One of their influences is Jimi Hendrix.
Amazing.
And he's being rediscovered just like all these other older bands, by the guys coming up today. But yeah, what a terrific band and what a ride he had. And but then it all went haywire in the end. It's too bad. I can't believe Noel never played Woodstock, Isn't that something?
He didn't. Oh, he was done. He was out of the band by then.
Yeah.
Who took his place, or what? He was a fat mattress?
That fat mattress, he was playing around in Europe, with that naturally. And it's just, I think he had some gigs and stuff, but it never worked out. Remember when I told him about Fat Mattress? When I mentioned about Fat Mattress, his eyes lit up even now. It was like somebody remembered. But anyway, so it doesn't say what he died of, huh?
No, just they don't know. Unknown causes.
And he was 50-something?
57.
57.
Let's see. He was living with a woman for a long time. Well, no, I'm not sure if he's living with her. Because his mother died last week. His mother died just a few days before he did. That's strange. I'm very shocked to learn of my partner's death, reads a statement from Redding's companion, Deborah McNaughton. Noel was extremely gentle and a gracious soul. He was kind, of chivalrous, and had a nobility about him. He was kind to everyone, bar none, people and animals alike. In an interview last year with Billboard, he recounted his trials and tribulations in attempting to recover unpaid royalties. That's probably what killed him.
Oh, man, yeah.
I should have been a plumber. That's a joke, but the thing is, plumbers get paid. But there again, I'm still playing. That's the main thing.
Wow.
The fight for royalties had been ongoing. We're about to be in court over it, and we were on top. Now he'll never know how it turns out. Oh, that sucks. That's
wow.
terrible.
What a drag, huh?
That's funny that Al Hendrix got all the dough. Why didn't Noel get his share?
I'd mess up the whole record. Yeah,
well, there's the ghost of Al Hendrix.
Remember Mitch Mitchell?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Same problem.
He didn't get the dough either.
Oh, man, he was struggling for it. Remember, he was madder than a hornet. I think even now.
Listen to the ghost of Al.
I heard from Noel so often. Well, I don't know. I don't take care of all that situation.
Wow.
I just go by the way... it was made up before or whatever. No, that's not in my mind. I can't make any comment on that. I'd mess up the whole record. Yeah, like the
The ghost of Al Hendrix.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Well, he's going to reference Noel again. This is a loop, I realize.
Well, I don't know anything about that. I don't know
anything about that.
I hear from Noel so often. Well, I don't know. I don't take care of all that situation.
See, there's the ghost of Noel.
Go by the way.
I don't want to take care of Noel. Oh, that's a shame. Noel Redding, bass player for Jimi Hendrix. But first, the Noel Redding answering machine watch. Noel Redding, the bass player for Jimi Hendrix, died Sunday. And Mike's like, I've got his phone number. It's really funny. It's like, well, gee, what do we do with that? And we realized, well, we can hear what his last phone message was.
Yeah, right.
That seems to be some tiny, small pleasure.
There's something in that, yeah. Yeah, it'd be weird if his voice is on there still.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Of course, if anybody answers, we are so
I know it.
Okay. Who's that?
Can't imagine.
Someone answered?
Yeah, someone answered.
Some chick.
Right away.
Who in the world was that?
She had she sounded chirpy too.
I know it.
Maybe they're reliving.
Jeez.
Maybe they're having an up moment.
Yeah. Who could that have been?
He had a girlfriend. I don't think he lived with her though, because they talked about his companion.
Is her name Gretchen?
Well, a companion would be somebody you lived with though.
Yeah.
Deborah McNaughton. She said, it's weird though. She says, I'm shocked to learn of my partner's death, which makes it sound like she wasn't with him.
Yeah, really. Obviously, sure, yeah. There's a contact for him too where he was first pursued. Her name is Gretchen.
That's not the companion.
Yeah.
Listen to this statement though. This is kind of weird. Noel was extremely gentle and gracious. He had a kind of chivalry and nobility about him, and was kind to everyone, bar none, people and animals alike. Is it important to point out that he was nice to animals? Can we assume that he would be nice to animals? And it makes it sound like he puts people and animals sort of on the same.
Right.
I think
sounds like
I'm not pleased with this.
He was an animal lover, just really, He had like 3 dogs, 2 cats.
Well, I don't think it says that much to be kind to people and animals. I think most people are kind to if you're kind to people, you're usually kind to animals.
Why would they separate that out?
I mean, it's usually not something
I don't know why they would separate that.
Like, gee, I wonder if he was kind to animals.
Yeah, right.
It's really funny. How was he with animals?
Yeah. Well, he's got a tune on Axe as Bold as Love. I'll have to play that for you.
Noel's got
he's got
one of his songs?
Yeah, one of his songs. Yeah.
Well, that was one of his issues, wasn't it? That he.
Do we have access, Mike? Yeah, we got to have access.
So what?
Access Bold as Love?
Yeah, I'm sure we got.
Yeah, I'm sure we have. I just want to see the songs on there. But yeah, we talk with them. You and I talked with them once when you were gone. We talked with them how many times? Like 3 times?
You didn't talk to him for how long did you talk to him?
For like an hour.
Why don't you play it on let's play it on Saturday. Play it on Best of Saturday morning.
It'll take the whole best of.
Oh, man. Oh, here, She's So Fine. I think that's it. Anyway.
So that was one of the reasons that Noel bagged out of Hendrix, or Hendrix bagged Noel, is because Noel wanted to get more material on the.
Well, you know what
records.
It was really? Yeah, it's like here they were. I mean, the fabulous Jimi Hendrix Experience, the 3 of them, and they went the longest time, and really terrific band, obviously. But then started to become some problems, and Jimmy started doing some of the bass lines, and Noel would come in and go, "Hey, man, what's going on Electric Lady?" You know. And Jimmy started dropping some of those lines in there. There started to be some dissension. Noel wanted his own band. He wanted more songs that he could sing on the record, and that started to be some problems.
Too, as well, that he mentions in the interview.
What's that?
Another part of why he didn't get back.
The money.
Big time money issues.
Yeah, the big money issues, yeah. And eventually, of course,
it always freaks me out when people leave the Golden Goose. It's like, what are you doing?
I know it, yeah. And Billy Cox came in after that, who was an old war buddy of Jimmy's. And, anyway, too bad. I can't believe it.
After we play the Noel Redding interview, we'll meet the trans. Well, let's do Noel Redding now.
Want to?
Yeah, and then I'll introduce you to the transgendered mayoral candidate.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
She's so hot.
I can imagine. Well, you got me going on that. I can't wait for that introduction.
Well, the rock and roll world certainly will miss Noel Redding. 57, some say 67. I've never heard of a celebrity whose death is off by 10 years before. He's being reported dead at 67 and 57. I kid you not. I think that's really weird. He's not that minor a figure that there should be 10 years off.
You're not kidding. I can't even imagine which one is the right one.
So here's our last conversation with Noel at 7:52 WRIF. Former bass player for Jimi Hendrix.
Hello?
Yeah, is Noel there, please?
Hello?
Hey, is this Noel?
Yes.
Hey, it's Drew and Mike calling on WRIF Radio in Detroit, over in America.
All right, how are you?
Good, how are you? I talked to Alan Young, who sent me your way.
Okay.
Yeah. You got a couple of minutes, Noel?
Certainly.
This is unbelievable. Jimi Hendrix and the Experience. My idols.
Thank you.
Hey, what are you doing over there?
I'm just sort of taking a couple of weeks off, doing all my business here, and I'm off on an Italian tour, and then I've got a bass book coming out next month.
Who are your favorite bass players, Noel?
Paul McCartney, Jack Bruce, and John Entwistle.
No, is it true? I've read so many books about Jimmy, and unfortunately, I was just a little young to have experienced that thing in reality.
Right.
In a lot of these books, especially some of these recent books, it seems like they talk so often of, Jimmy always throwing a fit beforehand and, not wanting to go out and play, and halfway through a show might just walk out. Did that happen all that often?
It didn't happen for the first 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then he sort of gained an attitude, and he was doing stuff like that, playing with his back to the audience, etc. Yeah, but then after the gig, I'd say to him to tell him to grow up. Told him we were supposed to be professional musicians, and we have to do the job.
How did he like that?
Hey, man. That's about the end of it.
Is that right? Yeah. What kind of a guy was Jimmy?
No, he was great. He was polite and quiet, and he was a gentleman.
You guys used to party pretty heavy, didn't you?
We did, yes.
Lots of acid and everything else, and
I'd say Jimmy took more acid than I did.
Yeah. Were you guys ever playing, on stage on acid?
I didn't, but Hendrix did.
Listening to the stage announcements when Jimmy was talking to the crowd, I think it was at Monterey. He had to be on acid.
Oh yeah, Monterey, I gather he was.
Yeah, that was when he wanted to kiss everybody in the crowd and
something like that.
Yeah.
What's the wildest? The groupie scene must have been unbelievable, eh? Did you have chicks just lined up and just boned one after another?
We were quite selective.
Yeah, because you could be.
We used to have, like, say we went to LA, we'd have, like, our LA set. We'd have our New York set. We'd have the London set.
You didn't get bored with the same old groupies every time you went through?
Well, no, they were nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were always fresh by the time you'd come back.
Exactly.
Lately, there's been a lot of speculation as to, and it seems to always be the case anymore, that wasn't it was an accidental overdose or whatever. But then other people said, no, he was killed, and there are all these fishy things about it and everything. Do you think that death was just innocent, and that he took too much of something and really didn't know it?
Hendrix knew all his drugs. I think there's a huge accident happened, but the thing is, it's basically been proved now that he died earlier than everyone stated. He took some amphetamines that day or that night. He had some wine and he went to some other party. And we gather now that someone gave him some LSD. And also, I just found out that someone gave him some smack.
Oh, wow.
Then, supposedly, somehow, he went back to that other Danneman's flat and somehow took 9 downers and then died.
Noel, do you think that if Jimmy had known that, about the acid and this, that he'd be alive today?
I would think so, yeah.
It doesn't seem like the acid would have killed him.
Well, the combinations maybe, huh?
Yeah.
The whole thing is it's like smack, amphetamines, and LSD.
Yeah.
That's quite a...
And then you mix
quite
that.
a prescription.
Yeah.
Hey, Noel, now you say that, you're just finding this stuff out. Is it kind of like every couple of years you bump into somebody and says, hey, I gave him some smack that night, and then...
basically, because everyone's been keeping quiet until now.
Yeah.
So who let you in on the smack thing? Because that was apparently a recent revelation to you.
There's a couple of people. A couple of people told me. Some people told me in London. Some people told me in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, he must have run into a lot of people that night.
Yeah.
God almighty. Hey, what was the greatest show you believe that the Experience ever performed? The one that stands out in your mind as the greatest performance you ever did?
I'd say there's a couple. I'd say Monterey.
Yeah.
When we played at the Singer Bowl with Janis Joplin in 1968.
God.
Wow, Jimmy and Janis on the same bill. How about that?
Yeah.
I wonder what that ticket would be worth. I think I read this in a Beatles book that when they released Sgt. Pepper's in 67, right around that time, I think it was McCartney and Lennon heard that Jimi Hendrix was playing. It was the big new thing. Everybody was excited. So they went to see him. And I believe the Experience played Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and just blew them away because it had just come out.
Right, I remember that. We were playing at the Savile Theatre in the spring of 67.
Was that unusual to cover a song by a band that big so quickly?
Well, no, we didn't learn it, actually. We played on the Sunday and all the Beatles came to the gig. And we knew they were there, so we thought we'd do just the first bit. And we didn't learn the middle bit because we didn't have time, so we just found out it was E, G, and A.
Right.
ran on the stage and did it. And it blew them away.
The latest account I've read is that, you're right, Paul McCartney, for one, was so blown away that he was the one instrumental in talking with the powers that be to get you guys into Monterey.
Yes, I gather so.
Do you realize that Mickey Dolenz, do you realize that he says he's the one that got you guys in?
I wouldn't think so.
He makes out like he really partied up a storm with you guys.
Well, not that much.
Yeah, because that was a debacle, wasn't it, that time you guys put on with the Monkees?
Yeah, we did about a week with them.
Well,
I enjoyed it.
Because Mike was just asking him, that was kind of a goofy pairing, wasn't it? The Monkees with Jimi Hendrix, and he got kind of offended and said, what do you mean? There was nothing so ridiculous about it. And he ended up hanging up the phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He got all pissed off.
Don't see that.
It was kind of silly, wasn't it, Noel?
It was a bit silly, but there again, I had a great time.
Yeah. Hey, Noel, whatever happened to, was there a falling out with you with Jimmy eventually, and or what all went on there? How did that happen?
Well, I left the band in 69 because it got to its pinnacle, basically. Then we were supposed to reform in 1970, but the thing is, by that time, I was asking too many questions about money.
Yeah.
I think the manager suggested that he get Billy Cox.
Somebody cheaper.
Yeah, probably. And then, they went off and did this turn. We were on very good terms. And then, I saw Hendrix about 3 weeks before he died in New York, and he was grand. We were all polite with each other and thank you. And I'll see you in London for a pint, and then he died.
Oh, geez.
So now in the end, of course, you're on so many of the songs. Did you get pimped in terms of royalties and such?
I never got an artist royalty from the Jimi Hendrix experience ever in my life.
You gotta be kidding me.
No.
How is that, Noel? How does somebody justify that?
Well, number one, when Jimmy died, he didn't have a will, so a set of lawyers took over and proceeded to rip everyone off, including Al.
Mm-hmm.
Then Al copped on in 1991, got rid of that lot. Supposedly, I was told last year and this January that I'll be getting my artist royalties, but I haven't received any yet.
How much do you suppose they owe you, ballpark?
Well, going back, if we go back to like 67 up until now, it's probably sold well over 100 million.
100 million.
Oh, I think they probably owe me about 20 million or something.
How come you can't sue for that, Noel?
Well, I can't afford to sue them.
Isn't that a bitch?
Now, Noel, that's got to give you a kind of a case of the red ass, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what the appropriate term in England would be for that, but...
and did you get screwed, too, as far as just the regular pay that came along, with the experience?
When we were working on the road, we just drew monies whenever we want, and we were told that, don't worry, lads, it's all going to Nassau, and you won't have to pay any tax, and then suddenly it all disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
It's been disappearing ever since.
Oh, hey, what did you get paid for Monterey? It's one of the most talked about concerts of all time. Just curious what a Noel Redding got.
I didn't get paid nothing for it. I got $200 that week.
You gotta be kidding me. No, what's the wildest, the craziest damn thing that ever happened, would you say?
Well, I might say on the last gig I did with Experience in Denver, and there's about 30,000 people there, and it started to be a bit of a riot. They wanted to get on the stage, there wasn't enough room. So the police started firing tear gas, and as it happened, the wind was coming our way. So suddenly we couldn't see, and it was decided that we should disappear, but these 30,000 people thought they would like to come with us. So we were taken into a rental thing in the back, and they locked the back of the thing, the truck. And next thing we know, all the people all over the top of the van, the ceilings crumbling and crackling. And then we drive back to the hotel. They drive back, it's only about a mile, and there's still people hanging onto the top of the van. And then they take us around the back, and we had to run through the kitchen to get into the hotel.
God, that must have scared the hell out of you.
Jesus.
Straight to the bar.
Straight to the bar.
And just get nice and loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys probably drank quite a few in your day, huh?
We did, yeah.
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 Well, no, gosh, so nice of you to take the call this morning, and I'll tell you what, we'll pay you back. Next time we talk to Mr. Hendrix,
okay.
We're going to tell him you're looking for, what, 100 million?
No, I only want 20 million, that'll do me.
20 million?
Well, they can give me 10 million, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Noel, do you ever talk to, just quickly before we go, do you ever talk to Mitch Mitchell anymore or anything like that?
No, not at all.
Is he a prick, Mitch Mitchell, or no?
I have to be careful of that because he might try and sue me.
Oh, he's that way, huh?
Yes.
What is the nature of the falling out?
Well, he insulted my wife before she got killed about 7 years ago.
No,
you're kidding.
You're kidding me.
And I'll never forgive him, ever.
Wow. Was it just something, offhanded after a few pops, or was it something really ugly?
No, it was really ugly.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
Then also, I gather, which I can prove, there was a few monies from BBC television repeats which didn't actually reach me.
Boy, Noel, you're just getting screwed every which way.
At least I can still play, which is the main thing.
Well, Noel,
geez, man,
it's great for you to spend time with us. We sure have enjoyed it, and I can't wait to look up your book.
You're very welcome.
Okay, we'll call again sometime, I'm sure.
Okay, mate.
Okay, Noel.
Okay, Noel, too cool. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, then.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Sorry, you're going to live like 3 more years.
Weird, huh?
Isn't that bizarre? I said that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
What's the chance of that?
I can't. Can you believe I said that?
Psychic.
That is really weird. Can you back that up, Mark? I want to hear that
You
again.
had no idea. See, you don't realize you're psychic.
Why did I say that? I never say stuff like that.
Never.
Before that, Mark, we got to find out who talked to him last, too.
Yep.
Why would I say, sorry, I'm going to look 3 more years?
I don't know. I can't imagine. That's really strange.
Clark technically talked to him last.
He did? Oh, that's right.
That's right.
With his 8-hour interview.
Yeah. But with the two of us in competition, we can see who's last here, just with S and G's.
I didn't realize you had to go through the whole interview when I said I wanted to hear that again. Would have been easier to back the dad up.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy, Noel, you're just getting screwed every which way.
At least I can still play.
Yeah.
Well, Noel,
it wasn't very nice at the end of
great
this.
for you to spend time with us. We sure have enjoyed it, and I can't wait to look up your book.
You're very welcome.
Okay, we'll call again sometime, I'm sure.
Okay, mate.
Okay, Noel.
Okay, Noel. Too cool. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, then.
Have a good one.
Sorry, you're only gonna live like 2 more years.
Weird.
That's insane. Why did I say that?
I don't know. And actually, you're the last to talk to him.
Yeah.
Because you said that.
I heard the click right after I said years.
Yeah.
He was disgusted.
Yeah. He's freaked out.
Yeah.
Probably
It was 3 years to the day, Sunday.
Yeah. He probably spent all those years, those remaining years, worrying that there was something to what you said. I hope not.